Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope everyone is keeping fine and safe. Yes? So let's start our video today. In this video, I'm going to give you information about a very important examination which is important for your career. I'm going to discuss about the English Literature Admission Test, which is the ELAT or ELAT examination. The English Literature Admission Test, which is the ELAT, is a pre-interview admission test for applicants to English undergraduate courses at the University of Oxford and English at the University of Cambridge. So you can understand how important this course is. So assessment arrangements for mature applications to the University of Cambridge vary. So for other details, you can check the University of Cambridge website for other details. Now, it is one of the elements of admission tutors used to decide whether to invite a candidate for interview or not. ELAT is a paper-based test lasting for 90 minutes. It tests candidates' close reading skills and their ability to shape and articulate an informed response to unfamiliar literary material. So candidates write one essay comparing two passages, focusing on elements such as firstly language, imagery, then you have allusion, syntax, and all these things will be required. Not only this, form and structure will also be tested. ELAT test format, talking about that, candidates are given 6 poems or passages from drama or from prose, that is based on fiction or non-fiction. And they are asked to carry out the single task, that is, select 2 of the passages among from A to F, that is 1 to 6, and compare and contrast them in any ways that seem interesting to you all, paying particular attention to distinctive features of structure, language, style. The 6 passages will be linked by a common theme, which will be given in the introduction, and you have to understand that. Candidates may choose any 2 of the 6 to compare. Answer sheets will also be provided to them. Now talking about the ELAT Oxford. How was ELAT scored? Yes, the maximum marks for this paper is 60. Each script is marked by 2 examiners. Each examiner gives a mark out of 30, and the 2 marks are combined to give an overall marks of total 60. The full range of marks will be used. Your ELAT score is used alongside the rest of your application in the University of Oxford selection decisions. So for further advice about ELAT, you have to visit the university website of University of Oxford's official website. Now, where there is a difference of 5 or more marks in the paper between the 2 examiners, a third examiner will be giving marks on the script. The overall score will be of the 2 nearest marks, that is combined together. Exam scripts are marked by external examiners, not by the University of Oxford. However, the final grading will be decided by an invited panel of awarders, including members of the Oxford English faculty and selected representatives from schools and various colleges. A full breakdown of marks for each candidate is given to University of Oxford admission tutors. Talking about the ELAT results, that is Tuesday 11 January 22 is the results day, and they will be giving a PDF statement of results to each candidate via their results online system. So if you want to visit that or get that, you have to visit the website. Results will only be released to candidates who have applied to one of the courses requiring ELAT at the University of Oxford. Candidates and centers can download the results online also. Results online can be declared. Candidates will be getting the results online Centers will also be getting the results online. When registering on results online, if you cannot select your date of birth in the pop-up calendar, you have to type in your date of birth into the box that is given. Results will be passed to the Oxford College where the candidate has applied for admission. So this is about Oxford. Now talking about ELAT Cambridge. Now how is ELAT scored at Cambridge? Here also the maximum marks for the paper is 60. Each script is marked again by 2 examiners. Each examiner gives a mark out of 30 and the 2 marks are combined together to give an overall mark out of 60. The full range of marks will be used. Now again, when there is a difference of 5 marks or more between the 2 examiners, a third examiner will mark the script. The overall score will be the 2 nearest marks combined. Exam scripts are marked by external examiners and not by the University of Cambridge. So keep in mind about this. A full breakdown of marks for each candidate is given to University of Cambridge Admission Department or Admission Tutors where they are preparing the students for this examination. Now about the results, ELAT results on Tuesday 11 January 2022, they will issue a PDF statement of results to each candidate via their results online system. Please note, results will only be released to the candidates who have applied to study English at the University of Cambridge. So candidates and centers can definitely download their results online, and there is a link where you can download the results, that is results online, and you can get your results. Results online, the centers can also get the results. When registering on results online, if you cannot select your date of birth in the pop-up calendar, then again I will say, please type it, that is type your date of birth into the box that is given. Results will be passed to the Cambridge College to which the candidate has been applying. ELAT dates for 2021 are also given, so I will discuss about that. The dates of the ELAT test cycle are designed to fit in with the university and colleges admissions service, that is the UCAS cycle, for application to both, that is University of Oxford along with the University of Cambridge. So the dates are already given. I'll say you. 1st September 2021, the registration opens. Test centers can register candidates from this date to 30th of September 2021. Deadline to apply for modified papers, that is enlarged print or something, that is 15th of October 2021 at 18:00 BST, and registration closes after that. Deadline to apply for access arrangements, that is extra time or something else, is 4th of November 2021. Now test date is 11th of January 2022 and the results will be declared later on. So please note, they reserve the right to make changes to these dates as per their option. If the registration deadline falls on a public or on a national holiday, please be aware that there is no extension to the registration period. Therefore, it is up to you and you must ensure whether you want to take the test or your test center registers you for the test in good time. I'll give you a reminder. The 15th October deadline is the last date for the test center to register you for the test. So you will need to register with the test center well before then. I prefer not at the last date. Test centers may set their own deadline in advance for accepting registrations. So please make sure you speak to them as early as possible before they closes the registration. For international test centers, the scheduled start times will vary depending upon where they are in the world. Now, ELAT cost and expenses of 2021. Cambridge Assessment Admissions Testing does not charge for ELAT. There is no charge. Some centers charge an administration fee to candidates sitting for ELAT. Now, what will cover that? covers the cost of invigilation, dispatch cost, and room hire, which are essential for running the test. This is at the center's discretion whether they will charge or not, so you can check that out with your center. Now, how to register for ELAT? Yes, you need to be registered as a candidate by the test center. You cannot register yourself for the test all by yourself. You must take the test as a test center at a test center that is authorized to run the admissions testing test. For most candidates, this is their own school or college that is conducting the examination. Check with your exams officer if your school or college is already registered as a test center that can run your test or not. If your school or college is not registered or is already not registered as a test center, they can check to see if they are eligible to apply to become a test center and take your examination or not. The deadline to apply for this is 30th of September 2021. If you are not able to take the test at school or college, you need to find an authorized open test center where you can take the test and go through it. If you cannot find a test center within reasonable traveling distance of your hometown, please read their support site article. They have given that support site article for such things only. You can follow the steps. Please ask the exams officer at your school or college or test center to register you and give you your candidate entry numbers as proof that your registration is complete. You must provide your center with the information that I'm going to say right now. Firstly, your name, gender, date of birth, and UCAS number exactly as they have been given or they have entered on the UCAS application. The name of your university or universities or courses or course code will also have to be given. Details of any access arrangements you require along with the evidence to support your request has to be provided. Requests for modified question papers must be submitted to them by their test center or by the test center that you are giving the examination. Please note, the deadline to apply for modified papers is 30th of September 2021. The deadline to apply for all other access arrangements is 15th of October 2021. For more information about when to register for ELAT and how much it will cost, you have to see or other details like ELAT dates and costs, you can visit the website also and you can go through the other details. By registering for the test, you are agreeing that data provided as part of the entry or admission process may be passed to any institution involved in your university application and that the data may be anonymized and used for research purposes also. You also agree that if you obtain a place on a course where the results or the test results form part of the admission process, then your university may supply Cambridge Assessment Admissions Testing with data about your application and results in subsequent assessments at the university level, unless you specifically notify the university in writing. They store your personal data securely and they will also ensure that if candidates' data is used in publications or research, that it is used anonymously. So preparing for ELAT, yes, you can prepare for ELAT using the sample paper that is provided and also the past papers that is available in the website and you can download them. ELAT does not require a lot of extra study, yes. It is not a test of wide reading, nor it is based on the assumption that there are certain texts that all candidates should go through or they should read or it is a must to read at this stage of their education. Not at all. This means that there are no recommended textbooks for further reading. It will all be based on the knowledge that you have acquired. So English literature admission test. Marking criteria work should be placed in one of the four bands according to the qualities indicated uh, in the website. So you can go through that. Work at the top of a band is likely to demonstrate some or all of the qualities for that band. However, you should be ready to reward unconventional answers, which nevertheless offers a valid response to the task. Now, if you judge that an answer is one on the borderline between the two bands, you should give the lowest marks in the higher band. There are no marks awarded for wider reading, but answers which offer such material or such things should be marked down. Summarily or in summary, the marks awarded should primarily reflect the extent to which the candidates or the students' answer has focused on the met and the demands of the set material and the task. At the same time, markers should also seek to identify and also reward evidence of a genuine responsiveness to literary text. Band 1 is 30 to 24. Impressive work which shows a convicting or convincing response to literary features and nuances or text. Perceptive understanding and sensitive analytical close reading shown through apt and illuminating references to text. Moves confidently between passages and interlinks them very well in a well-structured argument which is fully developed. Work with some hesitations, but which shows very good comprehension, and after that, close reading skills are used to support a generally well-focused argument may also be placed in such a band, that is band number 1. Band 2, which is 23 to 18, proficient work which shows a clear and sustained response to literary features, secure understanding with evidence of thorough close reading, although this is inclined to the more mechanical and descriptive than in band 1. Definitely, it is not as in band 1. Comparison is thoughtful. Argument is likely to be clearly structured and presented. Work with some imaginative insights but lacking clear organization may also be placed in this band, that is band number 2. Next, talking about band 3, that is 17 to 12. Straightforward work which shows a limited response to the literary features are given here. Some understanding of the chosen text or passages and limited evidence of effective close reading. May concentrate too much on simple paraphrase at the expense of features of languages. Straightforward comparison with some ability to shape an argument. Work which is occasionally thoughtful but lacks coherence may also be placed in this band, that is band number 3. Next, talking of band 4, which is 11 to 0, very limited work which struggles to meet the term of the task. 11 to 9, little evidence of understanding of text, little or no evidence of close reading. Struggles to make meaningful comparison or structure an argument. 8 to 0, work is completely inadequate and inappropriate or unacceptable as a response to the task. Courses requiring ELAT candidates should intend to apply for entry to one of the courses that is required to take ELAT, University of Oxford, that is 033, QQ38, that is for Classics and English, QQHet Classics 2 and English, QR3S, that is English and Beginner Says with Slovak, RQ33, that is English and Beginners Italian, QR39, English and Beginners Modern Greek, QR3M, English and Beginners Portuguese, QR37, English and Says with Slovak, QR31, English and French, QR32, English and German. QR33, English and Italian. QQ37, English and Modern Greek. QR35, English and Portuguese. QR37, QRH7, English and Russian. QR34, English and Spanish. And lastly, Q300, English language and literature. Please note, depending on the selected courses, an additional admission test may need to be taken, example CAT or MLAT or etc. Information provided by the University of Oxford is you can confirm which test or courses you require at www.ox.ac.uk or test. For University of Cambridge, the code is C05, that is Q300 for English. You can find information about these assessments required by the University of Cambridge at www.cam.ac.uk or assessment. The further information relating to ELAT can be found at www.admissionstesting.org or ELAT. So you will get all your information there only if you have any other queries or any other confusions. Assessment arrangements for mature applications to the University of Cambridge's vary. So please check the University of Cambridge website for details. You can go through the website www.cam.ac.uk or assessment. Cambridge Assessment is committed to making their documents accessible in accordance with the WCAG 2.1 standard. They are always looking forward to improve the accessibility of their documents. So if you find any problems or you think they are not meeting the accessibility or the requirements that you are expecting, you can contact their team, or for any other queries, you can log on to admissionstesting@CAMBRIDGE, that is cambridgeassessment.org.uk. So this is all the information I have given you about ELAT, that is both for Oxford as well as Cambridge. So without wasting time, if you're a student in English literature, you should opt for this and go through the further studies. So all the best for your career ahead, wishing you very good luck and a very happy and bright future. So ending my video here, thank you for patiently hearing me out. Thank you.